I'll be installing some bees, a package of bees in this hive and two others early this afternoon. I thought I would just take a minute to go over how the hive is assembled so that I don't have to cover that ground while I'm installing the bees. So I'm going to start by disassembling this hive, and then as I reassemble it, I will describe each of the pieces and how that is going to be in place when I install the bees today. So on the bottom, as you might expect, is the floor. It's simply made out of 3/4 inch plywood and then 2x3 pine, which is cut up into these 3-inch legs. Just keeps it a bit off the ground. I also use like a garden paver, about 18 inches by 18 inches to set. I level that and then I set the floor on that. The bottom box that will be in place when I install the bees looks like this. In fact, this is the box. And inside the box are 8, they're called top bars. And then these top bars are waxed with beeswax. So the idea is to encourage the bees to hang their comb from, or build their comb on the top bars. The bottom box will be in place just like so. And then there will be a second box on the hive when I install. And this box will not have the top bars in it when I put the bees in the hive. So basically, you just shake the bees into the hive, and this top box will act like a funnel, if you will. So once the bees are substantially in the hive at this point, I will put the top bars onto this box. I'm not going to put them all in right now in the interest of time. I'm just going to use 4, but it'll have 8 in it when I actually put the hive together after installing the bees. The next piece that I'll put on will be, basically it's a piece of screen, window screen or door screen material that I've cut 2 holes in. That'll be laying on top of the top bars of this second box. Then what will go in is a mason jar, or in this case a ball jar, full of a 50-50 sugar and water mixture. What I've done here at the top is I've basically super glued together, top to top, 2 ball jar rings, and then I've got I took a nail, a finish nail, and I poked 8 or 10 holes in the top. I'll put it in upside down like this in the hive, and as you can see, it's not dripping. It dripped like once. This is kind of like holding soda in a straw, which you did when you were a kid with your finger over the end of it. The vacuum in the top here, there's surface tension of the water in those holes. It can't just run out. So this will then set on top, just like so. I'll have a second one. And this is what will feed the bees in the early days. They'll be foraging too, but we're trying to give them a head start, help them to get some comb built up, because they're coming into this hive with empty bellies and nothing. So we'll feed them. To make room for those jars, we'll use another empty box. The next step, this is called the quilt. Basically it's open top. You put dry leaves or wood chips in here. This year I've made some holes and put some screen material over those holes to better ventilate the hive so that the warm, moist air in the hive can come up through the quilt and escape to provide a little ventilation. Otherwise, mold will build up in the hive. These are made out of 1x10 pine, and then I use 1 3/8 stainless steel deck screws to put them together. Same thing with the quilt. This is the roof. It sets directly on top. It's made out of 3/4 inch pine. The floor of it, I'll say, or what would be the floor of the attic, is made out of 3/4 inch plywood, and the rest of it is also made out of the 1x10 pine. Put together with a combination of those 1 3/8 inch stainless steel deck screws and finish nails. So, after the bees are installed, this is exactly how the hive will look. Thank you for watching.